Hello, everyone. This is our first little get together to talk about the first tournament, OBTL1, and the results. And actually, I forgot to say in my last video, congratulations to Doctor for fucking winning. If I had won, I would have made like 30 videos about me winning and shit by now, but thought I'd mention that. And today I have with me Cuchuillain and Doctor, if you guys wanna kind of introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Cuchuillain, also known as Cuchuillain, and had a great time in the tournament. Want to congratulate Doctor as well for thoroughly whipping up on everyone, and hopefully we can overcome his little skill advantage he has at the moment and give him a harder time in the next tournament coming up shortly.
No, I'm Doctor and I'm eating a sandwich right now.
Dude, that's my job.
Oh, fuck you.
Alright, so OBTL1.
Oh shit, we can't swear on the radio. I mean, oh crap, we can't swear on the...
I don't see why the fuck we can't.
Yeah, fuck this shit.
Alright, so...
We'll just put one of those advisory labels before the thing, you know, strong language, your discretion is advised, you know.
Get the fuck out of here if you're not 18.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Dark, get the fuck out.
We'll edit that out.
Alright.
I had to go there.
I don't know how to edit, so this is all gonna... this is all going in. Anyways, okay, the first round, first match, we had Cuchuillain. Is that how you pronounce your name? I think I've been saying
The name
it
is...
wrong.
Everybody says it wrong because it's the most confusing name in the history of the world. Like, I actually want to make like a Day 9 Fun Day Monday or something just to see how he says the name because I think it just
Oh, yeah.
because he always bushes them. He always, you know, just has fun with it. I think it'd be hilarious. But the actual pronunciation would be like, Cuchuillain. But yeah, that doesn't really shorten down to anything good besides like Coo or Kook, and both are, you know, just kind of weird. So really, whatever you feel like going with.
I'm gonna go with Kook.
Whenever people
Perfect.
call you Cooch, I just laugh
I
a
know,
little bit.
I do it
it's
on
just...
purpose. Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, that is.
I know
without
it's
doubt the
not
worst.
Cooch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking up Cooch with my penis. Yeah, that's going on. That's going on the internet, folks.
That will be edited even if you have to send the sound files to me.
Alright.
Sorry, baby.
So, game 1 on Terminus, 25 minutes long.
Terminus, what the fuck are you looking at?
Oh, that's Cooch vs. Joe. Or Kook.
Kook.
Where the fuck is Kook vs. Para? I wrote it down. Oh, I skipped it. Yeah,
Slag
never
and
mind. Yeah, I didn't write that one down because you'd already made the videos. So they were actually both really close games. Paradox kept the pressure on the whole time, pretty much. The first game, he broke you, had a ton of roaches, but they were rallied at his expansion. He didn't keep them rallied to your base, otherwise he might have had that game if he kept that up. And then the second match, he kind of suicided all in with his shit. Like, it was like an even trade, and then Kook just kind of steamrolled the match of that because of your better macro and you had a higher probe count. So that was my kind of take on those two matches.
I thought it was mostly the double gas opening because he had like way over 1,000 gas by the time the game was over. So, and he didn't use that to tech, so I think that could have really helped him out. I mean, that evenly matched battle at the beginning could have been in his favor if he had a more mineral heavy build.
I think you're right. I mean, I think that definitely slowed him down a little bit. Little things at the very beginning of the game make such a huge impact as it, you know, ripples in a pond, if you will. It goes from such a small thing and just kind of compounds itself as it goes along and becomes a big issue. And I did put early pressure on that game, and he held it off like a pro, and I suicided like 4 zealots, I think, into a single spine crawler, which is one of the goddamn worst things I've ever seen in my life. I watched a replay of that, and it was so funny listening to you, Doctor, you know, cast it. And because you're like giving me credit for, oh yeah, you know, here he's doing this and this, he must be thinking this. And when I watched it in replay, I'm like, I don't have a fucking clue what I was thinking. It just kind of worked out that way. But yeah, I did absolutely suicide 4 zealots in there, which really hurt me. Unfortunately, I hurt him enough and killed enough of his army that he wasn't able to come back right away. And it just, as we slowly macroed up, I just kind of found a good timing and happened on his expo and just said, oh, I'm going to kill that and go see what else I can kill before he pushes me back. And that kind of ended the game.
I guess my tip for Paradox, for like his next matches, I wouldn't change his style at all. I would just make sure, well, obviously, like, kind of work out the gas thing, like, kind of figure out when you need to take those, when it's effective. And then just right before you engage, just set the rally right behind the line. So all you'd have to do is keep pumping out lings with as much shit as he gets, as quick as he gets. I think he could kill a lot of people just by doing that.
Yeah, I agree with you.
My general advice to anyone about this game is to set a good macro foundation and then work on micro, because you can always fall back on good macro, but, you know, and micro will come later on.
Yeah, that is true, yeah.
I mean, if you have really, really good micro, but no macro to back it up, I mean, you can micro 3 Marines really well, but that's not going to help you against the, you know, horde of whatever.
Yep.
Unless you're Marine.
True. Yeah, unless you're Marine King, in which case you can use 3 Marines and 6 medevacs and just, you know, kill a 200 army.
Yeah.
You could use 3 Marines to kill DTs without detection.
Good point.
That's how good Marine King is.
He's the one that scans. He's the one that I saw. He scans like away from his army. Like if there's a DT and his army's on the left side of the DT, he'll always scan to the right. So the DT would have to like either suicide back into the Marines and die right away, or when it runs away, he'll still have vision of it the whole time. Like he's really good at microing shit.
Yeah, that's smart. That's really smart. One of the things I was going to say, and this kind of carries on through a lot of the games, is I think, and myself included, I'm very, very guilty of this. I'll take a lot of guys and just halfway suicide them into an engagement. When you watch the pros play, you really notice that a lot of times they'll move out, go right to the edge of where the your opponent can see you, maybe poke, shoot one thing, and then haul ass back to your base, or just move back. Just that moving out and moving back has such a big impact on the opponent's strategy. Because let me be honest, if I see, you know, 7 roaches show up in my base early game, and, you know, kill 1 or 2 things, or, you know, whatever the plan is, shows up and then backs off, in that interim, I'm making a ton of units that I really don't want to make. I'm making stuff that I would rather be spending the gold on, or the minerals on teching, or on you know, pylons, or on probes, or on expo. But instead of having to make a bunch of units that I really don't want to make at that time, and I think that's kind of a good skill to pick up, is just move out and pull back without losing a bunch of stuff. You don't have to suicide everything in like I typically do, and then try to rebuild from square one.
Yeah, really good advice there. Alright, and then the other round, or other match in round 1 was me versus Doctor, and that obviously didn't go too well. The first match...
I don't remember what happened.
First, shut up, Doctor.
It was so trivial, I just cast it aside. I mean, I don't even know what happened.
Oh my god. Basically, the first match, I tried to do a snipe build, like I had checked Doctor's match history and all his Metalopolis games that he played against the computer, and he went...
Are you serious?
Yeah, well, I just kind of glanced through.
You're such a dork. Oh my god.
I saw he would go mostly Sentry first, then a Zealot, then go straight to Colossus off one base, and sometimes he'd throw in a War Prism there, so I assumed he's either going to Colossus drop or just try to throw me off guard with like something he doesn't normally do. So I was kind of messing around with Reapers and floating the barracks, and then planting Marauders on the side, because on metal that was perfect. You could keep the Marauders on the side of the wall, lay in the factory, start pumping out Hellions to harass, while your Reapers can take out Sentries and Zealots like without any trouble. And I thought it was just gonna roll him over. But then I checked his last match that he had practiced, and he went immortal with stalkers, and obviously that's the complete counter to that build, and that's what he ended up going in match 1. So it was not even a contest.
Too bad the Reapers weren't able to hopscotch their way to victory that time.
And then match 2, I was just kind of fucking pissed because
yeah, what the fuck, dude?
he did because I figured match 1 was a given. So I wanted to siege expand, just 1 or 2 siege tanks and throw up 2 expansions off that. I noticed on that map if you control the area by the watchtower, it's got so many routes. It's really good for siege tank defense. Like, they kind of have to dart back and forth. But I got aggressive with them for some stupid reason, and it just went all downhill from there. I had like no game plan. I built like 3 starports, I think, because I saw the fake Colossus, or I don't even know if those were real. Or I think you said that
they were fake. Yeah, I went fake Colossus into High Templar.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually a really good idea. I was watching the battle and I didn't even realize the Colossus weren't hurting my tanks at all. So that was great. Alright, so that was the end of round 1, and beginning of round 2 we had Joe.
Yeah, so that's enough about that.
Yeah, seriously.
I gotta throw in something. I gotta throw in something on this. No, I mean, the funniest thing about that watching that match is, like, I feel like both you guys are like trying to trick each other so much that you both, I mean, not both of you, I mean, Dr. played really well, and I think you guys almost threw yourselves off, like, especially you, Nom. I mean, the couple of games you played before that, you were freaking bulletproof with your macro, with your timings, your build order. I mean, everything was just really, really fantastic. You're playing terrific, and then you kind of went into that first game, and it was like, okay, I gotta do something completely different from my standard type play that he won't see coming. When I think you actually probably would have been a little even happier with your standard type build. I think you know it so well, you do it so well, and you're refining the timings on it so all the time that I think you actually probably would have been it would have been tough for Doctor to beat.
And actually, that's kind of what I got out of that. That's what I learned. Not to do some weird ass build to try and steal a win. Just stick to what you're used to.
What, the open with Marauders into Marauder build?
Yep. maybe make a couple overpowered ghosts and some Vikings.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, sure. No.
The ghosts, the Vikings, a couple
some planetary fortresses.
Yeah, why not?
All right, so round 2. Round 2, we had. The first match was Joe versus Kook. And game 1 on Terminus, 25 minutes long. Joe opened with 3 racks, really fast stim. Kook opened with fast expand. And that one, Joe put the pressure on, I think, a little bit before stim got finished, or it was right around that time. I didn't even notice if he used stim or not.
He usually tries to time it so that it comes out at the same time he attacks.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Kook barely held it off. He had, I think, an Immortal out, 4 Sentries or something like that, and some Zealots and a couple Stalkers. And it was, but you had an expansion up at your 3rd, which was hidden, which was good for you. But it ended up not working, and then Joe after that, he kind of he went into panic mode. He had guys misrallied, and he built 2 starports, 1 with a reactor, and then a factory with a tech lab, and then he expanded late. And my tip to Joe would just be, with stuff like that, you don't need to panic. You just need to slowly either expand and just keep pumping out units to protect yourself, or just slowly add those production buildings.
Yeah, I think that he does have that perfect first timing attack with that early stem and everything. It's a little tougher now with that taking an extra 40 seconds, I think. That does slow that push down a lot. But on the plus side, you can rally up more units by that point usually. And I mean, to be honest, in that push, I would have a command center already being built by that point. I think that it works so well because usually you can. Even if you can't get into the base and do a lot of damage, you're basically containing me at that point.